This is a mic test. Okay, I am live. Pop out chat. Gonna put this elsewhere. I can put this out of here too. Cool. Okay. I'm gonna just set this off to the side. Usually I have a second monitor, but now it's broken, so everything in one monitor. Okay, what am I planning to do today? Today. Hmm. Okay. Um. Where do I keep my notes? Wow. I haven't streamed in such a long time. I don't remember what's what. Hmm. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Should this be a journal? Mm. Okay, we're gonna create a new page called Inventory Tracker. Is it possible to make a checklist? Oh, that didn't work. Nope. Right, so it's to do and okay. And one more thing I want to do is conditional format of opening, closing discrepancies. Doesn't seem like a lot of work. Maybe I'll be done quickly. Okay, so this is my streaming account, so I'm not logged into anything. So now I need to log in. Uh, That's weird. My security key is not working. Oh, never mind. It worked. Okay, I'm logged in. Yeah, should be fine. Okay, so the idea is um, there's gonna be one form, and you input the stock in it. So now the most recent plan is to combine opening and closing into one sheet, one form. Okay, so that goes there. Insert one column to the right. Shift. Well, shift isn't the right word. I'm just gonna call it open close for now. Okay, so this is the opening stock. Oh, my email ID was visible anyway. Whoops. Close. And then just gonna copy all of this. Okay, there's opening and this closing. Then you go over here and date is empty because why is it empty? That's weird. Right. So there are some problems with this. Because right now I have a sheet that generates the dates. No, it generated it twice. Because the dates are not unique anymore. I mean, the dates are too unique. Okay. Let me make this a bit bigger. So I'm sorting, flattening, splitting, repeating, concatenate, join, unique. So this is what I have to change. So if I did split, oh, is it something like date? What's date value? Converts a date string to a date value. Date diff. No, not the one I want. Time value. So if I split a range of dates by Hmm. So split takes syntax, so I don't think I can give it a range. Yeah, I can't. Parameter value should be non-empty. Could put this in an array formula, but I don't know how. Array formula use of arrays in non-array functions. That did not work either. Oh. Okay. So that worked. Sort of. So I got the data out. So what I should be doing is array formula split range, and then I only need the first column. How do I get only the first column out of this? And columns. I was gonna say 2. Not useful. Mm, mm. What is ignore? Control, ignore blank. The rows to keep all values, to ignore blanks, to ignore errors and blanks. Can by column. Hmm. It was easier at first, but now I've made it more complicated for myself. Okay, let's see. I have dates. I will have two timestamps rather, per day. And I only need. Wait, is there like a date format? Date value? Okay, you know what? Let's try it. Okay, what about A3? It's the same date value, which is good because now I can do unique on this. Let's see. Date value. Oh wait, I probably need to put this in an array formula. So this is also like that. Array Formula. Oh, I should. Oh, array constraint. Now I remember that. So, array formula and array constraint. Input range, number of rows, number of columns, 1. Oh, there's an extra parenthesis. The number of rows the result should contain. What if I don't want to set a limit? Is there an option to do that? Generally used in combination with other blah 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 blah. Okay, fine. Let's just toss in a random like 1000. Sorry. 2000. So now I only have one column, which is good. And then I do unique on this. Unique. Which is good, but I want to try doing this with the other one. So instead of split, I'm going to do date value as an array formula and then unique. Okay. So there are some errors because this is null value. So what happens if I format this as a date? Format number. That works. So array formula date value on that. Wait. Okay, no, I don't need that. So unique array formula date value of that inside an array formula. Then you do unique. Then you do join. Then you concatenate another. Repeat it for every item. I don't have anything. It's empty. Why is it empty? Okay, I'm just gonna paste this. Let's see. Uh, okay, so I'm just gonna look at a unique, make sure that's working. And there. Oh. Oh. Hmm? Oh. Yeah, so I do a two. Oh, wait, that's. Hmm. Okay. Okay, so I need to filter out. Hmm. Uh, I think Chrome crashed. Yep, Chrome crashed. It's gonna be a long crash. I think everything crashed. Seems quite possible. Wait, what about here? Yeah, Chrome's dead. Google Chrome is dead. Oh, I think a lot of things died together. Or not. Or maybe yes. Ah, my computer is screaming at me. I'm gonna have to restart. Hello, we're back. Uh, hmm. Is this a separate session or is it continuing? It's continuing. Yeah, it seems to be continuing. Okay. Push this aside. Open Twitch. Give everybody infinity. Cool. Oh, I got logged out, didn't I? Okay, I actually cannot show you my company name, so I'm gonna hide screen for a second. Cool. Okay. What was the other formula that I was looking at? I was looking at something that said filter out empty array constraint. No, it wasn't array constraint. Filter? Should I do filter? Filter. What else could I do? Okay, so the problem right now is going to be one entry made during opening and another entry made during closing, which means the date will be the same, but the time will be different. But here it's going to be under the same date. It's going to have opening over here, closing over here, but only the date comes in only once. So I need to filter out the dates so I see it only once. How do I do that? Okay. Hmm. That was what I was looking at. To call has a parameter called ignore to ignore blanks and errors. 0 keeps all values. 1 to ignore blanks. 2 to ignore errors. 3 to ignore blanks and errors. Okay, so the formula keeps getting longer and longer. So if I did all this with a to call blah 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 blah, ignore with the 3, scan by column is true. Ta-da! Made the error disappear. So complicated. I think I might need. I'm gonna try creating this custom function named functions. Add new function. Call it get dates. There's gonna be one sheet. Sure, let's call it sheet. Okay, the formula used to define the named function. Well, now the problem is I don't know whether sheet. Formula definition using the placeholder range, which counts the number true. Range references converted to absolute. Okay, that's cool, but okay, let's just do paste. Okay, I was doing sheet, but let's not do sheet. Let's just do dates. This is going to be called dates. Next, argument description dates. Okay, maybe I'm going to call it date array. Can't I rename these? Okay, date array. Address to okay. So I just do get dates. Go to get dates. Reference does not exist. What does that mean? Get dates opening, closing, 8222. I have no idea what happened there. Edit. Get all dates of cafe operation. Oh. I'm just gonna call this dates. Let's make our life easier. Dates. Cool. So that means I can hide this for now, and this becomes get dates join get dates and then join them using a comma, concatenate a comma at the end, repeat it for as many items as there, split it by comma, flatten. Okay, hey, it worked. Perfect, this is what we needed. Okay, now I need to change it over here. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. So now if there's another working day added in, 17th. Wonderful. Wonderful. Whoops. Opening is going to be, this is going to be opening. Coffee is going to be at 2:50. Matcha is going to be okay. Might as well close this as well. I'm gonna close with, let's say, 150 beans. Matcha is gonna be at 65. Chocolate is gonna stay at 400 because nobody bought hot chocolate that day. Okay, this is, how much milk is this? 59540. Let's drop that to 7. Okay. Why is there another one for the 18th? Even though, oh, because this is cool, because this automatically goes to 18. It's supposed to be 17. Nice. So now, query all of this. Select something. Okay, this is gonna be coffee where time stamp. This is complicated. Like, What is the error? Encountered timestamp at line 1, expecting 1 blah 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 blah. Just need to add heading is 1. Still doesn't really help. For coffee didn't mind. So let's just try up. Time stamp. Okay, I'm just gonna do a coffee. No column coffee. Okay, that's what I wanted. Where is it supposed to be then? It is called coffee. Should have worked, but it didn't. Why not? But if I did select C. G query sheets query lang select. Okay, select all, select that. Oh, maybe I just don't use the right case. Okay. Addresses. Identifier or column. Data table to reference data table is composed of one column. Each column and data identifier used to reference the columns within the query only by identifier. How do I set an identifier? How do I know the identifier? If I turn this to lowercase, does it work? No. No column coffee. A string that is typically displayed to end users, for example as a legend, data type, supported formatting pattern, format class. Each column in a data has the following properties. Okay. Headers, the number of header rows, blah 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 blah. Okay, the column headers are the column identifiers. So why is it not working? Hmm. No column coffee. Again. Do I... Okay, let's see. This one says name and string. Name space string? Guess so. So if I do coffee space integer number string number. Is there a demo sheet for this? Identifiers are text strings that identify columns. Okay, we come against using that identifier, common, hard to must. Identify has spaces, contains anything that identifies columns. Must be surrounded, blah 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 blah. But it doesn't tell me how to set an identifier. What is B department? So oh wait, where is the actual? Where is the formula? Okay, it's here. Where B is not equal to, so I'm gonna say department. It's gonna say oops. Fortunately, there's no known to way of doing that. Column 1, 2, column and match. Oh, okay, I kind of see where that is. But I thought this was native. Why is it so complicated? So why does it talk about column? Why does it talk about identify is over there? It says you can do this, but it doesn't work. Oh right, that's what headers does, right? Yeah, I remember now. Not particularly useful. So I think this is not a terrible idea. Hmm. Hmm. Well, this is quite disappointing. I was hoping this would be a little easier, but it is not. Okay, that's weird. That should not have happened. Why is it anyway? Oh, it has to be sorted. Wait, but I don't. Wait, I want to select a particular column. Hmm. Okay, so if I don't care about this right now, I would probably do D. Select D, that's coffee. And this brings in the header. I don't want the header. So if I did something like one, what does it do? Number of headers, the rows top of the data, can it set one, the data is based on content of data. I have no idea what that is. So since it's useless anyway, let's start from true. Maybe I don't have to worry about it. Zero headers. Select D where a like wait, what happens? Select D where a like oh hmm. Is datetime a valid value? Date. Date type supported or data type. There's date and date time. So okay, let's look at literals. Where start date is less than date is the date literal. Okay. Where D where A is equal to date Hmm. Okay, so can I convert spreadsheet formula to convert date value to string text? Oh, so that would work. It's equal to text. Formats a number into text. Okay. So, okay, with text, that's what I wanted. So, text with that as format YYY MMD. Hmm. Why is this still empty? Sorry. So let's not do equal, let's do less than. What is column D? Column D. Where? Okay. So why is it empty? Is there coercion? Hmm? Well, I could do something about that, but where a timestamp is less than or equal to this. Guess it didn't work because it's a different time formats. Should I do date time? But then I need hours and minutes and still nothing. Oh wait. Select D where A is equal to blah 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 blah. I don't understand why this isn't working. So if I did select D by itself, it works, right? Yes. Hmm. Okay, so if I give you the okay, so I'm gonna take out the date. So I'll take out the time. I'm gonna leave this as date. What happens then? Empty output. Hmm. Oh, got it, got it. So, because I was saying less than I was taking all the zeros. So I actually need to do with, okay, can I do a like on a date? Would that make sense at all? Nope. Okay, what other operations do we have then? Oh, there's to date. So if I just did to date of this, select where to date of A is equal to date, nice, and oh, which column is that be? It's supposed to be C. Okay, where C is equal to open, and this one I do C is equal to okay, okay, we're getting somewhere, we're getting somewhere. Not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad. Okay, now I just need to do okay. Da, 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 da. This becomes text A3, comma YYYMMDD. Okay. Oh, yeah, this becomes closed. Nice. Okay, so now the problem is select D. We're selecting D. It has to be something else. So hmm. Hmm. That's not right. Select. Oh wait, this is supposed to be D. My bad. Okay, so that can work. So what I will have to do is something like a custom function. That gets me the column name for coffee. So complicated. Hmm. Okay, so what if I just did hatch lookup? Would that work? No, hatch lookup doesn't return. Hatch lookup. What does hatch lookup return? Hatch lookup searches across, returns the value of a specified cell. Hmm. So I have to use something like address, but I don't need the whole address. I only need the column. So column number of a specified cell. Got it. Where it says 8. Okay, but yeah, that isn't useful because it's not supposed to be 4. It's supposed to be okay. If I said address, what do I get? No. Cell type with address call returns column number of the cell in reference contents prefix row type with nope returns a column number of a specified cell with a is equal to 1. Okay, it's gonna be a column number, but I don't need a column number. I need the letter, which makes it complicated. And match also doesn't work because it expects it to be sorted, I think. Opening. Did not find coffee in match evaluation. Oh. Hmm. Okay, so it was wrong search type. What is search type 0? Search type 0 finds the exact value when range is unsorted. Okay, that works. So I do. Hmm. So if I say call, I need to say call throughout. But I could make it work. So I do cut and do the match here. Delete this. Instead of coffee, we will use B3. Okay, we're getting somewhere. What happened? Why is it saying open? Okay, because this is still open and supposed to be closed. No, we are selecting column of oh B3 no match B3 B oh okay, so now if I copy this here, should get what is the opening stock of March on the 16th. It's 100 grams, so if I get 100, everything is perfect. It works. 92 is the closing stock. Okay, not bad. It's a really long formula, but it is working. I'm gonna have some trouble with this. Did not find value blah 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 in match. So that gives me NA. So I'm gonna do if NA value comma if NA and comma and close. So now if I bring this down, lovely. Actually, I could just make this. Not particularly useful, is it? Okay, not too bad, not too bad, not too bad. I think that's all I need, right? We also wanted okay, let's also add one column to the right. Time, oops, not here. Time and another column to the right for what is it called? Employee. This is not going to be easy. Uh, well, cool thing here is if I were to do something like view, no, no, it's not in view, it's supposed to, where are filters? Data, create a filter, and then I change the item to clear, just coffee. I can see the coffees, so open, closing, open, closing. Nice. And if I select all six, change it to clear everything. Let me check just matcha. Ta-da! Matcha for today. That's good. Then I go back to select all, come down. Then I want to do just for today, or I could also do filter by condition. Date is after tomorrow. Well, there's nothing like that, but yeah. So that is cool. You clear the filters. How do I filter? Clear filter, clear filter, clear filter. Select all. Clear. Select all. Filter by condition. Date is after. Okay, I'm gonna just turn this to none. Select all. Filter by condition. None. Okay. Oh, just okay. Uh. Hmm. Why did I split this? I think I may have made a mistake. I think we should keep this at date time. Let's see, get dates. Data. Ow. Oh, because I needed it to be unique. Oh, wait. I can just get all the times? No, I cannot. Doesn't make sense to have time actually because we're doing opening, closing, and everything. So there won't be a time column. There will be an employee column, but no, it doesn't make sense to have an employee column either because there'll be an opening employee and a closing employee. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Well, we're gonna keep it like this. What is name? Okay, no, this doesn't work. Okay, I think that's all then. That's a really long formula. Create a new form. Okay, let's change the theme to blue. A blue. What? Okay, question 1 is gonna be where are settings. Responses, collect email addresses, verified. Yeah, it's verified. Not necessary. Allow response editing is no. Limit to one response is no. Oh, no, not that one. Okay, so questions. Are you opening or closing? I'm gonna make this a drop down, which is gonna be maybe I'll just leave this radio box. Multiple choice. Opening and closing. There's no third option. The required. Go to section based on answer. Continue to next section. Add section. We're gonna call this opening checklist. Which is just gonna have a bunch of checkboxes. Machine is on. Okay, machine has water. Check. Machine is on. Check. Kettle has water. Hopper is loaded. Icebox is full. Is there anything else that we would need? I don't think so. Required. We're gonna add a section. Inventory. So if you're doing opening, you will go to cafe opening. If you're doing closing, you will go to inventory. So inventory. Do I do whole numbers? Yeah, let's do whole numbers. Customer text. Now we leave that be. Hey, whole numbers good. So beans required. I was actually thinking of having separate sections for each section of inventory, but it makes it a bit complicated. Uh, main ingredients. This is gonna be beans. Then I'm gonna have to make a copy of this. Copy. Where's copy? Oh, there it is. Copy. And then we do matcha. Then there's gonna be oat milk. So next section is syrups. New question, short answer, response, validation, number, which is whole. Oh, there's also one called is number. Whole number's good. Mocha duplicate vanilla. Are you opening or closing? I am opening. Next. Machine has water, machine is on, kettle has water, hop is loaded, icebox is full. Next. Beans. Must be a whole number. Okay, so I do 850. Milk also has to be a whole number. 2012 2120. Oops. 120. 2 liters of milk. 521. Matcha is at 85. Oat milk is at 1060. Next. Syrups. I don't think this is too bad. It's only making the form that's complicated. Now, actually, the problem here is that I want to add, after section 4, continue to next section, kind of depends on this answer. Which is not ideal. So maybe we don't put the checklist in. Closing checklist. So this could work. If I say closing, I didn't fill anything in there. Closing. Just check boxes. We're gonna do let's do fridge is on over here as well. Fridge is on. Hopper has been unloaded. Machine. Is there anything else that I need to do in closing? So, okay, the thing that bothers me here is if I do closing, then I do next. All of these are things that I do at the end. So I cannot just leave this off, go to next. Can't go next, can't go next. So I add another section with us if I'm closing or opening, and then if it's true, I can put in the. That sounds silly though. So no checklist. Yeah, I think I'll just no checklist for now. Okay, are you opening or closing? Continue to section. Continue to the next section. Either way. Main ingredients: beans, milk, chocolate, matcha, oat milk, syrups, mocha, vanilla, hazelnut, white mocha, caramel, honey, strawberry, banana. Next is the next section is going to be, what do we call this? Cold brews and bases. Sure. Oh wait, I did not count. I didn't put soda and tonic water in. Would that count as a syrup? Or do I put it here? Sure, let's put it here. Tonic water. Delete. Duplicate. Wait, actually, I'm gonna put this in the last section. Cold brews and bases. Okay, there's soda, there's tonic. Actually, okay, we're gonna start with classic cold brew. So there's lime, there's orange, and then there's cream and sorry. And then soda, tonic water. Did I include everything or not? Okay, let's check. I am opening. There's beans, milk, chocolate. Okay, there's beans, there's matcha, there's chocolate. Then I need milk, and then I need oat milk. All good. Oh. Okay, then we go into syrups. There's mocha, there's vanilla, there's hazelnut, white mocha, caramel, honey, strawberry, banana. Classic cold brew base, tender coconut cold brew, lime base, orange base, cream, soda, tonic. Okay, that's everything. So the next part would be equipment. Drinkware, add section. Short answer that has response validation for the number as a whole number. Straws. Cappuccino cup. Oh, this was supposed to be a duplicate. Required duplicate. Cappuccino cups. Then there's iced latte cups or glasses. Then we have sparkling glasses. What comes next? I'm starting to realize a slight problem here because I think I guess we'll find out. Oh, this keeps going and going. Oh, interesting. That's very long. That is very long. Duplicate column name. Why are there duplicate columns? Okay. Straw cappuccino cups, ice water glasses, sparkling glasses, cold brew glasses. Okay, so then you can submit the form. That's everything. Are you opening or closing? Blah 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 blah. Responses. View in sheets. Might need to delete this. Delete the sheet. Reload. Responses. Link to sheets. Create. Select existing. Okay, so this is gonna be opening. Okay, inventory tracker. That's the wrong file name. Opening, closing, stock. That is such a boring name. So let's go with it. So there's one form where you select whether you're opening or closing. Then there's main ingredients, beans, milk, chocolate, matcha, oat milk, whatever. Then there's syrups, mocha, vanilla, hazelnut, blah 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 blah. So everything is in sections. Then you get all of those over here. And then, oh, okay. Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna have to fill in a dummy and oh, so I need to publish. Hmm. Oh. So I can specify responders. That's pretty cool. So if it's, huh, that's cool. That is very cool. That is very, very cool. So it's not public anymore. That's neat. Okay. Reload. Copy responder. Copy. Are you opening or closing? I am opening. We have, I don't know, 350 grams of beans. We have 3,180 grams of milk. Chocolate is at 500 and, well, just a 512. Matcha is at 85 grams. Oat milk is at 1000. Oops. 1060. How much mocha do we have? We have 215. Vanilla is pretty short, 120. Hazelnut 365. White mocha 130. Caramel is at 650 because nobody's using it. Honey is at 210. Strawberry is at 312. Banana is at 315. Classic cold brew, some 950 grams. Cold brew base, we have none of it right now. Tender coconut brew is, let's say, 2500 grams. Lime base, 1300 grams. Orange base, 1450. Cream. 654. Soda's at 1. Tonic water's at 3. Next. Straws. There are 14 of them. Cappuccino mugs. Let's do 16. 10, 12, 12, 12, 12, 15, 10. Submit. So that's long. Okay, I should turn this into a custom formula so that this is not as annoying to look at. The problem right now is that item list is depending on the wrong thingy. So wait, what is this? Why are there two of these? Opening or closing from C? Where's my email address? Oh no. settings, responses, verified. I'm gonna move this all the way to the front over there. I'll just enter this manually. Okay. Item list. Wonderful. Opening or closing. We're gonna go from A, B, C, D, 1. Okay, that's all the items. Lovely. Wonderful. I need to delete this filter. Okay. That is long. That is pretty long. Right, so interesting. No, this is from the older one. Okay. Oops. Okay, I am going to delete this. Which makes this cry. Data named functions, add a new function. So we're gonna go get opening stock. We don't need that. We're gonna need item, and we're gonna need date. Okay. We're gonna do opening or closing from A2. Okay. From A2 to we're going pretty far. Let's do ZZ. I don't know. 1365 into 365 into 2 is 367 713. Select column match where so instead of B4 is we're gonna have item once again opening or closing from A2 to this is supposed to be A1. No, it's not. Okay, query is from 2, this is from 1. Can I use line breaks in this? Okay, I can. Okay, query opening closing blah 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 blah. Select column That's going to give me a column number where column 3 is equal to opening. This is going to be date. If any, this is just to make things safe. Query the sheet called opening or closing from A2 till ZZ730. That's just a really big number to make a long selection. Select column whichever matches the number, column number which matches item, and where column 3 is equal to opening and column 1 is a date that matches date. Good. Give me a description, blah blah blah. So I go back here. Oh wait, why is this broken? Oh, because this is doing get dates from here. We're gonna do get dates from opening, closing, and it's gonna be A1 to A. And what happened here? Okay, this is a really big function that gets all the dates. There's only one date. So these are dates of operations of the cafe. These are all of the items. Now we do equal to get opening stock. Wait, I think it's date. And item is this. Please work. Didn't work. I think I might have changed the order. Maybe it's, yeah, it's B3, A3. There you go. Woohoo! And I can just do format. It's fine. Just do format. Number. Custom number format. Sure. 0 space gram. Apply. Ta-ta-da-da-da-ta. And then now I need another formula. Named functions. Get opening stock. Make a copy of that, and we're gonna call this get closing stock. Item and date, same thing. Only thing we're gonna change is instead of column 3 opening, we're doing column 3 closing. Next. Ignore that. Cool. So copy, paste, get closing stock. What happened? Oh, right, there's no closing stock yet. I do not have a closing stock. So we go back here. We fill out a new response, reload, record my email address. I'm closing. Beans, I don't know, 250. Milk is 1050. I'm just gonna put random numbers this time. Submit. Nice. Very nice. Ta-da-da-da-da-da-da. Hmm. Well, that's good enough for now. I need to add some more stuff here, which stock in and stock out. How do I do that? It's gonna be the same formula. It's just I'm more concerned about the form. So the form is gonna have to be a copy of this. Cafe operations, stock in or out. Make a copy. I don't suppose I need sections for this. So I just merge everything into one. But everything is required and I don't need any of these to be required. Are you adding stock or removing stock? Well, that is required, but the rest is not. I guess I have to do it manually. Manually it is. Manually it is. Not required, not required, not required, not required. Not required, not required, not required, not required, not required, not required. not required. Okay, so everything has to be a number, but not everything is required. Then I go into settings. Sorry, no settings, responses, existing spreadsheet, and close all the other tabs. Stock in, out. Okay, so this one is, oh, what happened? That's weird. Oh yeah, that was not supposed to get deleted. Okay, so this one's a little interesting because we could have multiple stock in, stock out. There could be multiple stock ins per day. So let's just, where's the form? Okay. Okay, so yeah, there could be multiple stock in or out per day. So we're just going to do the data, named functions. Let's just make a copy, get total stock in should have done this from the first. It's so confusing without it. Okay, so we're going to query the form that's called stock in or out. Select name, blah 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 blah. Column 3 is equal to in date. So here's the thing, we do select sum of all that. I am actually not sure how the function works. Okay, let's see, data, format data tools, create a new form. Never mind, let's just do forms.google.com. Stock in or out, publish, copy, new, paste. So I'm adding stock. I am adding, let's say, 100 grams of beans. Nothing else is important. Submit. Then there's some more beans. So I'm adding another 200 grams of beans. Submit. And let's also, I don't know, toss out about 250 grams of beans. Submit. So did all of that come in? Yes, there's in, out, there's in, out, there's in, out. Yeah, beans. Cool. So we do equals get total stock in of beans on average sum only numeric. Oh wait, well, okay, I'm gonna have to copy this formula, close this, create a new one, paste. So instead of all of this, we're just gonna have it as column 3 or 4, 3, because we know that column 3, it's column 4, and text is just going to be today's date. Average sum only numeric. Enable to pass query string for function query parameter to average sum only numeric. Let's just not do sum for a second. What? Cannot perform the function date on values that are not date. This is weird. I'm just going to do select column 4 first, just to make sure I'm not doing something silly. Column 4 is definitely not empty. So why do I not have anything? Okay. That's why. Why is it starting from 5? 2 is good enough. Good. Good. That is what I wanted. So let's just check. Named functions get total stock in. This is starting at A5 for no reason. We change that to A2. Next, update. Master sum in 300. Why is it 300? Because I added 100 and 200. Good. But I don't need sum. Just do array constraint row was 1. Google Sheets query lang. What are those called? Aggregate functions without headers. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna have to remove it. Cool. Which means I can just do is an array, and then there is number of rows 1, number of columns is also 1. Close. Next, update. Oh. Oh. Should have noticed that, should have thought that, should have thought that. Oh, query, departments, blah, 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 label, max, C. Okay, so you just turn off the label. Interesting. Delete this, backspace. Delete that. Text, blah, 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 blah. Label. I don't even know if I'm back typing this correct. Check formula syntax, yeah, makes sense. Oh wait. Okay, there you go. Column 3 is equal to out. Next, create Control C. Okay, I'm gonna do absolute labels over here. Total stock out. Ta-da! Oh. So I just turn off the error correction if cool. Oh. It turned off everything. If error, it's the format value one value if error. Okay, I did it the wrong way. Data named functions edit. Nice. Actually, I actually want to check that. Oh no, this might not work. Oh no, it works. Whew. Very nice. Okay, so that's okay. So just to demonstrate how this works, I'm gonna have to delete this because the date is automatic. Mm, mm, mm. Okay, delete. Okay, so this is the master sheet, which is currently not working, which is probably fine. Okay, this is stuck in a route. I'm gonna close it. Reload. Oh, I opened the wrong one again. Oh, I didn't change the name. Okay. Stock in or out. Okay, lovely. So this is the sheet. Everything is empty. There's two sheets actually. The third sheet is not necessary. We can just hide this. Opening and closing. And there's a master sheet. So opening is linked to okay, opening is linked to this. Record my email address and my opening or closing. I'm opening. Then it's going to tap in random numbers. So first section is for the main ingredients: beans, milk, chocolate, matcha, oat milk. Then we have syrups, mocha, vanilla, hazelnut, white mocha, caramel, honey, blah blah blah. 96, 96, 96, 96, 96, 96, 96, 96, 96. Okay. Then there's cold brews and bases. Okay, so that is blah 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 blah. Next, drinkware, which has all the cups. Then I do submit. So now if I come over here, there's one very long list. But if I go to the master sheet, ta-da! This is, oh, this isn't working. Why is it not working? The values that are not date or date time. What? On B3. B3 is a date. Unable to pass query string for functional query parameter 2. Can't perform date on values that are not date, date time, or number values. I'm not sure what happened. Okay, data named functions. This one is a function called get opening stock. It's a custom function. Edit. Oh, okay. This one's supposed to be A2. I don't know why it keeps changing. Update. And then, oh, maybe it's probably because I deleted the, yeah, that is probably why it broke. So I need to change the function. That is done. I'm just going to make sure this is not broken. This is, oh, this is supposed to be from A2 though. Actually, I guess it could be the whole thing, but let's just do A2 to, oh no, this is A1. This one is A2, so no problems there. Stock in, no problems there. Okay, so we have a bunch of named functions which do everything. Get total stock in, get total stock out, get closing stock, get dates. So yeah, beans 85, milk 85. So I got all of those values from out there. Now I go and I'm gonna add some stock. I'm gonna add 650 grams of beans. Submit. And I can also take out some stock. I'm gonna take out 50 grams of chocolate and also, let's say, 5 takeaway cups. So didn't get recorded. Stock in or out. That has been recorded, but it is not showing up here. Get total stock in of B3 on the 3rd. Okay, seems like the data function total stock in. Okay, I don't know why the row keeps changing. I might have to use named ranges on this. So we're going to start on a, oh, this might be a bit of a problem. This would be fine if I use a named range. I'll just use a named range after this. I think this value keeps changing because I'm using absolute values and because there's a new row being added. So if I actually just change this to 2 without it being an absolute value, we should be fine. But I'll use a named range anyway because it's easier to work with. So there, oh, these cannot be grams though. I should probably not use grams for everything. Whatever. Okay, so stock in, stock out is also here, and then when I close, I'm gonna say I am closing beans and this always has to be a number, so if I do something else it's gonna be like nope. 85, 80, and I cannot use decimal points, so I'll be that. And then I come back here. There's opening stock, there's closing stock, there's milk, opening, closing, stock in, stock out. And for tomorrow, this would continue again. So September 22 was all of these. Then September 21 will be added. But if I wanted to only look at beans, I could do filter, and I could do item, clear all, and just do beans. So then it would show beans on 22nd. I don't have an entry for 23rd. But then it will be beans on 23rd, beans on 24, beans on 25. Ta-da! So that's it. That is all that I wanted to do. Actually, I wanted to do some more, but I'm too lazy to do it now. What else did I want to do? I wanted to calculate consumption, which is probably actually not too hard. Let's see. Consumption would be opening plus stock in minus stock out minus closing. Oh, no. Oh, wait, maybe it is. Yeah, makes sense. I just have really weird numbers, so it doesn't make sense. But yeah, that's how I would calculate the consumption of beans for that day. Pretty easy. I'll figure that out when I actually have more data to work with. Inventory tracker, get stock, done, calculate consumption, conditional formatting of opening, closing discrepancies. This is not going to be easy because everything is so far away. So Control A, format, conditional formatting. So I would have to do format cells, custom formula. I would do hard. This is hard because I have to do VLOOKUP, but I'd have to do VLOOKUP from this range, but backwards. Yeah, I'm not doing this now. But that's the master sheet. So that's good enough for today. Goodbye.